Hey everyone, my name is Reckless Peggy, and I love to dig. So much so in fact that they call me Dig Nig. Dig Dug's my African American brother. You dig? No, I don't dig to bury corpses, I only do that on the weekends. Oh shit, they found me. Fuck! Put Kana Kobayashi's body in the well! Nigga, what you mean she's thick? Hurry! Throw that bitch in the well! But in all seriousness, I'd love to just rummage through my anime list just to search for a wide variety of TV shows in different time periods to further explore the medium. After digging to Germany and back, returning to America with a bottle of pristine Jägermeister just to fuck my shit up. Because I love doing that, by the way. I stumbled across this lovely show called Tokimeki Tonight, a romantic comedy from 1982 that turned out to be quite a fun experience. So today's video is not going to be an analysis, it's going to be more so a recommendation. We're going to explore what in my eyes makes Tokimeki Tonight tick, how these goofy characters drew me into the work, and some of the show's core themes. Ultimately, the goal of this video is to hopefully get at least one or two of y'all to be like, you know what? Fuck this overrated piece of shit, I'm gonna watch Tokimeki Tonight. Created by Koi Ikano and directed by Hiroshi Sasagawa, containing 34 episodes, produced by Group TAC, Tokimeki Tonight follows Ranze, the daughter of a werewolf and vampire who lives in the human world with her family. She wields the power to transform into anything she bites, whether that be a baseball, a dog, a piece of toast, or even Devilo Man! The only downside is that she can only revert back into her human form after sneezing. While attending her first day at her new school, she falls head over heels in love with a human boy named Makabe who is into boxing. Because of laws set by the demon world, Ranze isn't allowed to tell anyone about her true identity as a monster, nor can she get romantically involved with a human or else her family will be banished to the demon world. This stirs up constant conflicts between the parents as to whether they should suit the happiness of their daughter's wish to be with Makabe, or try to demolish her feelings, thus adhering to the laws of the demon world. The show embraces Ranze's overblown infatuation by structuring a comedically over-the-top story to fit it. Thus, it never falls into the trappings of being too overdramatic. While the show is mostly episodic, it finds new ways of being imaginative and zany in order to keep the show refreshing. Tokimeki Tonight's main protagonist, Ranze, is exceedingly optimistic and tends to act impulsively rather than thinking with her mind. This is mostly due to the fact that her crush towards Makabe dominates her whole life. Sadly, because of this, the anime fails to present any other goals, ambitions, or motivations Ranze has that aren't directly tied to Makabe. Although, as previously stated, the show is pretty aware of the absurdity of this mindset and uses it to overemphasize the ridiculous nature of young love for comedic effect. And aside from the comedy, there's actually some nice romantic development that occurs in the show. I'll get to that in a bit. Through this romance and other situations, we're allowed to look at Ranze's character from multiple different angles, revealing new facets of her personality while also slightly developing her character throughout the series. She learns about self-acceptance through interacting with an invisible girl who could never possibly integrate into human society, learning how to finally accept her monster side after seeing a girl like her in a worse off situation. Though at this point, I think it'd be harder for me to integrate into society. I mean, have you seen my old content? Jesus Christ, I talked about lolly pussy smashing. What the fuck?
With the power of 1,000 chariots, he fisted me until my vagina looked like squash mashed potatoes.
Okay, my brothers, we're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen, okay? My name's Monique, by the way. And we're just gonna freeze the video and move back, okay? Move back. This is just like Bite Zadosto Tyson. Okay, we back. She is also shown to be incredibly selfless as well, demonstrating at points how she can painfully strip herself away from Makabe to make another individual happy. Ranze can be incredibly naive sometimes. I guess that comes with being a teenager. You know that Aka girl from Konosuba? She can reach that levels of dumbassery, okay? That's a word. Look it up in the dictionary. Like, she totally cloned herself a bazillion times at one point. Is that skank for real? Each of the clones displayed a different personality trait. One of them even called herself the Black Panther. I mean, who the hell does she think she is? She isn't Cadwick Baseman, alright? Get it right. Her stubbornness is a personality trait that she acquired from her mother, constantly willing to argue with her parents for what she believes in, as well as never backing down from anyone who stands in her path. Ranze's transformation power was utilized perfectly, as it allowed her to see how individual characters act when they're in private or conversing with other people. Through this, she realizes how to form bridges with others, most prominently Makabe, as opposed to just constantly firing off random "I love yous" without any meaning or understanding of the individual. In episode 17, she learns the hard truth about one-sided relationships when she uses the marionette mind control beam in order to force Makabe to say the words, "I totally want to be with you forever and ever and ever." Ha 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 ha. Empty and hollow. Just like my heart after watching Techno Eyes. From this experience, Ranze learned that manipulating or forcing people to love you is disingenuous. It's all about trying your best to see if you can truly gain the attention of the people that you like. Yoko is similar in the sense that she's stubborn and has an unbridled love for Makabe, but the methods in which way she tries to obtain affection is rather, well, let's just say that if Ronze has all the blueprints to build bridges, Yoko tries building bridges without instructions. And she ends up building a sort of wall like a fucking idiot. She's bossy, rude, self-entitled, loud, obnoxious, basically a horrible person that would probably support the segregation of races if that meant Makabe would pay her full attention. Essentially, she plays the role of Ronze's main opponent in her conquest for love. She's a snake in the grass with conniving schemes and hijinks, but that adds more spice to the Tokimeki sauce! It's just so humorous seeing how she bounces off of Ronze and the lengths she'll go to claim Makabe's heart. Her character serves as a representation for what not to do when confronting your crush. So, who is this Makabe? This knight in shining armor that makes the hormones of these women rage like an Eva fan when you tell them that Eva isn't the unequivocal best anime ever created. But everything is derivative of Evangelion, therefore everything but Evangelion is shit. But what about the original Gundam? Anno's a time traveler, so, but what about Hibike Euphonium? And what about good old Monogatari? Well, they all have visuals, themes, characters, and music, therefore they're all derived of Evangelion. They can't be paired to Evangelion because they have all those things. Anyways, he introduces himself as a mysterious tough bad boy with a passion for boxing, but as the show progresses, his barriers begin to fall, and you realize he's just a really laid back and chill dude. Through constant conversations between him and Ronze, he reveals more elements and aspects of his life that he'd never expressed to Yoko, and the two eventually develop a strong friendship which ends with Makabe reciprocating similar romantic feelings over time. After a skiing incident, Makabe becomes more willing to throw himself in danger to save Ronze, and from that event onwards we see him growing more concerned for her safety, something he kind of brushed off in prior episodes. And then in the wonderful Christmas episode, Makabe reveals that his Christmas wish is for it to simply snow because it reminds his mother of a time when the two of them used to enjoy the snowy weather, showing a more sweet side to his personality. One of the reasons why the Demon Lord prohibits romance between humans and monsters is because he believes there's an innate human desire to commit violent acts, in comparison to the demon world where monsters live in peace. Through Makabe's character, the show makes a point that fighting doesn't always stem from negative intentions. Sure, you're gonna have some scrotum heads out there who fight for shits and giggles or for the intention to hurt another individual, but the actions of the few doesn't represent the entire population. In fact, most people only fight for survival and protection. And Makabe even accentuates that he's not just boxing for the fame, he's boxing to learn how to protect those he cares about. Most notably his mother and Ronze, which makes him a pretty admirable dude. You know what? I approve of Ronze and Makabe's relationship. They're cute, you know? Now if you could just satiate my fanboy dreams, can you please approve of Diana and Akko, please? And maybe if a certain fan base calms the fuck down, maybe we can get some Baku Deku? No, okay. Fuck. Jesus Christ, fan bases can be so rotten. Ronze's parents, Mori the vampire and Shira the werewolf, are quite an interesting duo. They're a very happy couple. Very compatible. So, how about that Gordon Ramsay, huh? You think he's into Fudanari? Despite their initial introduction, they're happily married, yet they do tend to bicker quite often. They have opposing viewpoints on Ronze's forbidden love. The mother is immensely stubborn, clinging to traditional demon rules which clouds her from viewing her daughter's feelings. In comparison to the mother, the father is more submissive, initially siding with her until he starts secretly injecting himself into multiple instances where Ronze and Makabe are interacting. He realizes the seriousness of Ronze's love and attempts to become more understanding of the situation, allowing his daughter to have fun as opposed to disciplining her. Heck, he even offers up a bunch of advice and support. What a dad! And by doing this, he constantly bolsters the relationship between him and Ronze. Through this couple, there is a whole element of parenthood that the show explores, portraying how instead of punishing your child for not adhering to the strict culture you grew up with, one should try to form a bridge and maybe reconsider the rules they're accustomed to for the benefit of the child. Mori is easily one of my favorite father characters for doing this. And you wanna know who is not one of my favorite father characters? Mr. Motherfucking Tucker. You wanna know why? Cause he never feeds his dog properly. What a monster, right? So as you can see from the character descriptions, Tokimeki Tonight has a ton to offer by conveying the importance of building bridges and considering other people's feelings as opposed to just uncomfortably latching yourself or your ideals onto another person. The strongest bonds in the show end up being the ones where people have a mutual understanding. Tokimeki also delivers on the romance, with a plethora of heartwarming moments between Makabe and Ronze that ends up leading somewhere. somewhere. There's a clear sense of romantic progression, and when the romance isn't progressing, you can bet your sweet ass that the comedy is kicking. Oh my god. This show can be absolutely absurd due to all the supernatural elements and the over-the-top character interactions, which creates a mix that I can only describe as spicy! Like I said earlier, it's all about that Tokimeki sauce! Whether it be Ronze disguising herself as a doctor and starting to freak out at the sight of Makabe's body like a giddy schoolgirl, Ronze growing wolf ears at the sight of anything circular because of a silly spell which leads to Yoko looking delusional for thinking Ronze is a tanuki camouflaged as a human, Ronze turning into a bird and having another bird hit on her, or even this! I know I just got the whole entire elitist crowd interested in the show because of a space battle, but between you and me there's only one episode that does this, but don't say anything, because elitists love space battles. Despite the quirkiness of the show, its themes and multiple lessons on parenthood, acceptance, love, and understanding are what makes the show so relatable in comparison to its competition. I'm also fond of the visuals. The character designs are simplistic yet distinctive, and their simplicity makes it easier to create the goofiest of goofball expressions they have ever goofed, while also being utilized to overemphasize character emotions. Seeing Ronze's mouth open larger than the hole in my bank account while thinking about Makabe always puts a genuine feel-good smile on my face. The visuals also provide a lot of energy and humor. Sometimes flames will rise from the ground whenever Ronze and Yoko are arguing, and I mean literal fucking flames. Or even a car just simply driving up the wall. A lot of the visual humor here is whack, but I love it. And now, since y'all love anti-tubers to get to the fucking point, I'ma do that. The backgrounds are colorful and bae like a Kumiko Sundae. The watercolors be looking swell, Cutie Honey Universe be burning in hell. The animation though standard is slick, but have you seen Oni-chan's dick? Flip, flap, the music's okay, serviceable, not memorable, unlike ReZero, baby! The opening is sweet and gets you in the mood. Hopefully loving Ilya will not get me sued. Fuck these rhymes. The ending song? That song is great. I found myself humming and dancing to it on numerous occasions. It's just catchy and instantly grabs your attention. Easily one of my favorite ending songs in anime. It's all about that super love potion! What else is there to describe? It's a bomb-ass ED. That's it. Tokimeki Tonight is an extremely fun and wacky rom-com that still surpasses many of the rehashed putrid garbage that we get. Seriously, we get a bunch of shitty rom-coms by the dozen per year. This show has charm, energy, clear romantic progression, and wonderfully explores themes of parenthood and understanding. And while the ending wasn't the best, the overall product was extremely satisfying. Learning to understand others and not allowing your personal beliefs to cloud the entirety of your judgment on an individual is an important message that I think anyone can take away from. Sometimes letting go of some of your personal beliefs can open you up to a whole new world filled with amazing people that you might have overlooked. So that's my Peggy lesson of the day. Anyways fellas, that's it for me. Please leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below what your thoughts on the video or Tokimeki Tonight are. Also subscribe if you're new because I make some weird ass content. If you want to make a small donation over at the Ko-fi page down in the description below, you can do that. All my social media links will be down there too. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you all enjoyed the video to some degree, and I'll be coming out with more content in the near future. Alright, peace out and have a nice day everyone.